How about debunking 12 pagan myths about Christmas? Hey gang, it's Ruben. Welcome back to my channel. So when I was an atheist, I actually used to peddle this myth that Christmas was appropriating pagan rituals in December, and that was why Christians celebrated the birth of Jesus in December. Well, I met a really cool scholar on Twitter, Peter Gainsford, and he's got this amazing thread called 12 Myths About Christmas. And so I thought it was really cool to share with you guys because I wanted to dispel this myth. So let's just get into it.
So the first myth of Christmas is the pagan Christmas tree. This is just not true. The Christmas tree was not appropriated from pagan rituals. The second myth is that Christmas was appropriating some sort of winter solstice. And this one is also just not true. There's not any pagan festival associated with the winter solstice that was happening before Christmas. The third myth is essentially that Christmas is pagan. And this is one that I was talking about before. Like when I was an atheist, I was peddling this myth myself, and I don't know what's up with it, but it's just not true. The fourth myth has to do with essentially appropriating Christmas trees because of some sacred ritual with trees and Jupiter. This one's also just not true. The fifth myth is that Santa was somehow appropriating Odin. This is just a laughable Christmas myth right here. I thought this one was pretty funny myself, but you can see from Peter Gainsford's note here, there's just no truth to this one either. And the sixth myth is that Christmas was appropriating the celebration of Yule. Christmas is older than Yule, so this one's also just not true. And then speaking of Yule, the seventh myth is about the Yule Log. The Yule Log's not even pagan, which is funny, right? So just another myth being debunked right here. Now the eighth myth is about the Sol Invictus festival. And this is kind of tied to the other one about that there was a winter solstice festival being appropriated here. That's just not true either. And the ninth myth has to do with kind of more pagan god religion celebration things. And there's just not any good actual historical merit to support this one either. Christmas is not appropriating, celebrating other pagan gods. Speaking of pagan gods, like the really big one on this 10th myth is about Saturnalia. That Saturnalia came first and Christmas appropriated that just because they want to make some correlation that these both happened in December. Well, this one's just not true either. The 11th myth is that Christmas trees and presents and all this other stuff are all pagan, ritualistic, whatever garbage. This one's probably peddled more within Christian circles, but this one's just not true either. Like the celebration of the Christmas tree with presents and all that kind of stuff is a Protestant Lutheran origin. And the 12th and final myth is about using the word X in the word Christmas. And that if you somehow use the word X, that you're trying to secularize the word and take the word Christ out of it. But the X came from the early Greek Christians, and it was used to mark the word Christ. So this one's just not true either.
All right, gang, that's all for this episode. Have a very Merry Christmas and God bless you guys.